Let's talk about aging. Hi, I'm Dr. G. Welcome to Face It with Dr. G. We're going to talk a little bit about aging and how the face is affected by the aging process. Briefly, give you some tips, give you some information before you come in and see us possibly at GFaceMD. Nurse Krista is an amazing asset here at GFaceMD. Come see her. We just love to have you. So when I analyze a face and a patient walks into my office, there's a couple things I look at immediately. Number one, symmetry. Number two, skin quality. Number three, volume. As we age, the face will lose volume each year that we get older. And it doesn't always happen symmetrically. And oftentimes I'll ask my patients, do you have one side of the face you prefer versus the other? It gives me some insight. I let them actually find the answer out for themselves by the questions I ask. So is there a side that you prefer? You're perfect anyway.
Questionable. Actually, I think my left side.
Your left side. Yeah. So patients will prefer a side usually that's more lifted, that has a little bit more structure. And the side that's not the preferred side is a little flatter. Maybe they sleep on that side. I like to guess what side my patients sleep on. And because of the constant pressure, sleeping for however many hours a night, it can cause accelerated aging and volume loss on that side. So when I look at the symmetry, I go from top to bottom. We start with the temples. People age in the temple area. You can get an indentation or concavity there. We want to be very aware of this because if we go in to a provider that just augments everything without assessing the temple, the transition will be abnormal appearing. So the goal is to keep you beautiful as yourself, but optimize. The goal is not to change your appearance. The goal is to make you the most beautiful and enhance your natural beauty, okay? So temples are very beautiful. There's several different ways we can rejuvenate the temple, and then we get into the cheek. The transition should be smooth. The cheek should be lifted. As we age, the cheek descends and it actually goes diagonally downward. And that's why we see this. We see this smile line. We see this marionette. We see the jowl. Okay, and this is all because of loss of support back here. The transition zone from here to here is very important. The superficial fat is different in composition here than it is here. This is more fibrous, it's more taut. This is loose, it's more mobile. Hence, the descent, and this one doesn't move, and you get the transition. So without touching these areas, which aren't areas that are able to be filled, we want to lift. And there's multiple things we can do to lift, but that's one of the main problems I see when patients come in that have had previous treatments or whatever they have had, where areas are filled that shouldn't be filled. And that's a perfect example. So lifting and opening is beautiful. When we turn her to the side, she's a young, ripe one, but we don't have a jowl here. But when we do get this jowling, there's a couple reasons why. Again, descent and volume loss. Tense your neck. We don't want to forget about the neck. And the neck, platysma, pulls down. It tenses us. And if you grab onto one of those muscles and you go up to that jowl, you can see, relax, it goes right to where you start seeing a jowl. Okay? So by relaxing the neck and lifting the face, everything's going up. That's the goal. So this doesn't change the way you look. Those are my favorite treatments. Treatments that don't change the way you look, but they're preventative and make you feel really good. So relaxing the neck, lifting up. We don't want to forget about the chin. The chin should be the width of the intercanthal distance in between the medial eyebrows, the base of the nose, and the width of the chin should be equal throughout. All of these measurements I do on my patients when they come to the office, and they learn a lot about themselves. But as we age, this muscle is very strong. It lifts up, contracts. So there are a couple things we can do to relax the chin, which is beautiful, elongates the face. We also like to keep the chin narrow. So by adding a little volume, actually, adding volume doesn't mean bigger. That's another key point. Adding doesn't mean more. I know it sounds weird, adding, subtracting, I don't know. By adding volume, you can actually make a face appear thinner, more sculpted, more lifted, and more defined. So that's a little bit of insight into what I do when I see a patient. The other things that we never forget about are the body. So we do a lot of body treatments for sweat prevention and eliminating sweat glands, not really relaxing them. Earlobes to help with support of our earrings. We do fat dissolving all over the body. We do all kinds of treatments to really optimize your beauty and your health. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you soon.